stick around. Come through and dig the sound of the Fly Brown 6060 cycle. Who those hits around?
Welcome to another exciting episode of Trending Topics. I'm Dad.
What's up? I'm Son. I'm Dom.
There it is. Just as a father and son, we talking. You know what it is. You know, people say that fathers and sons are not having this conversation. I saw something funny.
What's that?
Father's Day holiday. People were saying it's a neglected holiday. Fathers aren't thought about like mothers are. How was your Father's Day?
Really good, really good. A bunch of pancakes involved, breakfast, food with the kids. It's a thankless job. But no, my kids, they thank you and appreciative, and they show me every day. Jay got me a Father's Day card.
Okay.
Was very cute, and you open it up, and the teddy bear's arms come off the card.
Yes.
So it's like a pop-up card, and Mason got me a bunch of gifts from the school store.
Let's go.
For Father's Day. So thank you, kids. Thank you, Mason. Thank you, Jay. Great Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you. Sound like the kids balled out, went hard for you.
Yep.
We shared a nice Father's Day experience together. As a matter of fact, shout out to Q Cuts and to
the bubbly aesthetic, Bubbles.
Bubbles. So we shared a Father's Day experience. Father, son, my other son, Kev. You see me. They featured you in a commercial.
Yep.
They have you in an ad that's running on IG right away. You're plugging both of them. So let's do it live. What was that experience like for you with Q Cuts and the bubbly experience?
It was really cool. I told Q Cuts, I'm getting older, so my hairline is making its way back, taking a vacation. I said, take care of my hair. He said, I know exactly what you're talking about. His haircut is still lasting. I'm trying to get another one before my class reunion tomorrow, but his haircut is still great. That's Q Cuts, and then the bubbly aesthetic. She taught me so much about skincare and skin routine, and she said skin is the number one cause of diseases and bacteria getting into our bodies. She said take care of your skin, and she said SPF, especially after the heat wave. She said wear SPF and sunscreen.
Well, thank you for bringing that up again. So you, myself, Kevin, we all got this done. Nice haircut, nice facial experience. Q Cuts is my guy. Look him up. Q Cuts on IG. So the hair is already tight, but those questions she asked during I didn't know the answer to a lot of them. She asked me, and let me ask you all, talk to me in the comments. What is your skincare routine? Men, what is your skincare routine? Because when she asked me that question, I was embarrassed to say I don't have one.
Yep. I wasn't embarrassed. I said no. No.
You just told the truth, shame the devil?
Yep.
Okay. But after that visit, I've done 2 of the 3 things. The last 2 weeks, I've been exfoliating.
Yes.
And then using a wash. But you mentioned the third factor, the SPF. And black people, I'm not eliminating Latinos, not eliminating my white audience. But she said something. Sometimes people say something to you that smacks you in the face. And she looked at me. She saw my answer. She asked me, what sunblock do I use? And I looked like I am sunblock. So I don't need sunblock. She says, yeah, melanin does not matter.
Yes.
Black people, sunblock. Yep. We got to get it. Now, I don't know what SPF factor I'm supposed to use.
Yes.
So if anybody knows what I'm supposed to use based on the melanin in my skin, please tell me. Hook a brother up.
Please. I wear something called unseen sunscreen.
Unseen sunscreen?
Yeah.
Well, why are you letting me know now?
I found it. I went to Jade's room, and she has hair care products, skin care products. We had wine dance day coming up. I knew I was going to be outside. I went to Jade's room. Boom. Unseen sunscreen. Slapped some on my face. I gave some to Vichel, who was a prior guest here.
Yes.
I gave him some. He says it smells a little funny. It's not the best. That's fine. It's sunscreen. It's protecting us.
Unbelievable. My family is holding out information. I saw JD yesterday morning. I took a nice little walk. It's 1,000 degrees in New York. We're in the middle of a heat wave.
Yes. And
she commented, said, "Pop-up, you look like you got a tan." Now, I could have used that unseen sunscreen before I took my walk and protected the melanin in my skin a little bit, but I don't know. People talk to me in the comments. Does your family tell you what you need to know in advance, or are you finding out after the fact? But Father's Day 2 weeks ago, we had a big weekend this weekend. We had Wine Dance Family Day. First time in history, it was held on a rain date. Our community, Wine Dance Family Day, is like a Juneteenth celebration event. Historically, since 1968, it's
Yes.
always the second Saturday in June. But for the first time in my memory, this second Saturday was rained out. So we lost a little bit because people come in from out of town, from every state in the union. They come back home to have a good time. So those that came in the second Saturday, they missed the festivities. But how'd you feel about the comeback? I had a good time. You enjoy yourself?
Yeah, my favorite holiday. I
Favorite?
loved it. Yeah.
Flat out.
Yeah, flat out. Wine Dance Day is my favorite holiday.
Yes.
It's a family reunion, but friends are invited too.
Yes.
Classmates from kindergarten, preschool. It's the trippiest day for me. I'm seeing people from my whole life since I was 3 years old to now, people that I just met, and they all get to see me in my element. So it's a family reunion, plus a class reunion, plus a party.
And a community reunion, I would add to that. So this is a good talk point for trending topics, because Wine Dance Day happened on Saturday. We're recording this on a Thursday. And Sunday, there was a lot of social media conversation about Wine Dance Day.
Negative feedback.
Negative feedback. I was going to start with the positive. What was the negative feedback? Let's go there. What was the negative feedback?
People didn't have a good time. They didn't have fun. That's what I saw in the comments. They said that was trash.
Okay. So here's my feedback. That's always a trigger for me, right?
Yes.
People, I'll keep it real with you. I work real hard on my brand. I'm human. I get upset like everybody else. I want to dig into people in the comments like everybody else. I want to be combative. I want to be emotional, but I can't, so I don't. So let me say what I have to say about that while I have the mic in front of me. I can imagine that some people did not have a good time, and whatever you define that as. For me, Wine Dance Day, family reunion, class reunion, community reunion, whenever I get to see anybody I grew up with on that day, it's all love. All I have to do is see you.
Yes.
I don't need to know what you're doing professionally. I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to know what you're driving, where you're living. I'm not interested in any conversation about what you're making. If I see you on this side of the grass and you're still here, it's all love.
Yep,
it's all love. All I have to do is see you, and for me, that's a good time.
Yes. Same. Just like I said, I get a chance to see people from middle school, high school, and just seeing that we're still here after everything that goes on between the mainstream media and the news and hip hop. It kind of becomes a distraction, and you worry. But when I see my loved ones, it's all love. So I got to see Cousin Keith.
Right.
Aunt Deb's son.
Right.
What state does Cousin Keith stay in?
North Carolina.
Throughout the year. So Cousin Keith is in North Carolina throughout the year, making money, working. He's raising his kid. I'm walking in the park on Wine Dance Day. I look to the right. It's Cousin Keith.
Right.
I didn't know you was out here.
Right.
Good to see you, cousin.
Right.
Kinfolk. So it's a surprise, like a surprise for me. I love it. I love the day.
And you never know who's going to be here. And like, regardless of whether Wine Dance Day 2025 is in your top 5 of all Wine Dance days or not, we came together and we've come a long way from where Wine Dance Day was in 2013. And I remember 2013 very well. We lived in Chicago from when you were born. You're born in Chicago, 1992, all the way up to 2000. We come back home. Yeah, 2000. We come back home. And in 2013, your whole life before we came back, I was telling you how great Wine Dance Day was. But in 2013, we walked through the park and it's empty. So from when we entered the park on Mount Avenue, we walked through past tennis court, past the handball court, past the basketball court. By the time we did that and walked back, we dapped up 15, 20 people. We spoke to everybody in the park, and then we were done.
Yeah.
And that was depressing.
Yep.
That hurt. It felt like everything I told you your whole life, that I made it up, that my childhood was false, and that Wyandanch people didn't love each other and we didn't get together. And I was wondering if anything could be done to get it back. And that's when you said to me, that we can get it done. You remember that?
Yeah. In 2013, it was a little scary for me because I thought the town had become crime-ridden.
Right.
I thought that it was so much violence that we could never come together again. I almost lost hope, but then I thought about it. I said, you know what? In college, we have events all the time where we'll have Friday night like music, open mic,
right,
where rappers and R&B artists get a chance to showcase their talent. We called it a showcase. We called it a pop-up event. So I was in 2012-13, I was doing that, but something in my mind said I could let my dad know what we do in college, the power that we have to bring. I could give my dad that information, and you could take, and you did. You took that information to come together and how we throw talent shows, and you did that with the Wyandanch Day Committee.
No, it was a beautiful thing, and you gave me those words, which encouraged me to get involved because my story, my history of Wyandanch Day is this. I've been around since it was invented in 1968. The peak of my love for Wyandanch Day happens in my teenage years because the peak of my teenage years corresponds with the invention of hip-hop music. Shout out to Antar and everybody that's my class that knows this journey with me. Cool Breeze, Bilal, everybody that can have a seat right here and really take y'all through the journey of all the great rappers that got their first start by touching a microphone in Wyandanch Park underneath the hut. And all of that was happening in my teenage and my childhood. And in that time, I didn't have to be involved. All I had to do was come. It was a very important part of my teenage years, get the freshest, coolest outfit you can get at that time, which picture LL Cool J with the Bucky Kango, picture the Lee suit, picture the Lee jeans with the cut on the side, the zipper, all of that. Picture all of that. Picture the hip-hop movies you've seen, like Crush Groove and things of that nature. Literally, that's my childhood, and I grew up in the park, and all I had to do was show up. Nice. I'm not a DJ. I'm not a rapper. I've never been an elite ball player. I was just a fan of the day that had a chance to come out as a kid and just enjoy all of that.
Yes.
All of that. And that's the story that I told you and your brothers. When it wasn't happening, I felt it. But rather than knock what wasn't happening, I took that opportunity to do what I could to help. No experience ever in coordinating a festival the size of Wyandanch Day. I don't know the numbers in my childhood. All I know is the park was packed.
Wow.
But once we got involved, we had the conversation in 13, came together, reached out to current Wyandanch Day President Charles Jazz Jackson, rest in peace Joe Marion, offered my help, used Facebook to launch the Wyandanch Family Day Facebook page, and everybody local, everybody national, everybody international jumped in the conversation. We started sharing memories of the band, memories of hip-hop, memories of what it meant to them, because each person has their own version of that story. It's really a movie, so all my filmmakers out there that have a vision, that want to tell your version of it, I'll put the pressure on some of y'all who I really think are better storytellers than me. Yeah, Anton, I'm talking to you directly.
Yep.
You're kind of like the historian. You remember more and touched a lot more than I did in this space. Let's make this a movie so people can see it. And let's do it right a la 50 Cent, the way he recreates Jamaica and all the power sequences. Let's recreate this thing so people nationwide listening to this podcast can see what we did, how we did it, and not only what it meant to Wyandanch, but the surrounding communities. There's stories of Biz Markie, legendary rapper, walking from 5 towns away to get to Wyandanch Day just so he can test his skills in the park, just so he can test his skills and to really earn his stripes. You know, when you hear Rakim talk about being a microphone fiend when he was too young to get on the mic, that's not a rhyme to me. That's real life. I remember looking at him, and this is a good segue to JD, for Rakim rocking the mic when he was way too young and had no business to be on the mic, but he was so nice so early. all of the older people, the DJs, the rappers that were there before him, we had to bow down and give him his just due respect and let him live. So let's use that as a segue. Special Father's moment. You got to stand on stage this year with your daughter, JD, DJ Aura, on stage, second year performing at Wine Dance Day, first time on stage, and she just rocked the crowd. How did that feel to you as a dad, standing next to her on stage, looking at the crowd dancing below?
JD, you killed it. I'm still trying to take it all in. She's a beast. Like, you know, I think when I think 12-year-old, I think my daughter, I think she's still a baby. But the way she's able to transition her songs and DJ, she's telling a story.
Yes.
She has her fans. I've been trying to get my friends from school. I've been trying to get people from school to like my posts. I thought I was funny. I thought I was talented. I've been trying to do everything I can to get likes. Like at least 30 likes.
At least 30 likes.
Maybe 15 likes.
15 likes.
10.
10.
As soon as Jade, I'll share a post. I didn't even get a chance to post Jade yet. My friend Derek Williams, shout out, I really appreciate you for the post. My friend made a post and said, did anyone notice the 12-year-old DJ? Yeah. Hundreds of likes.
Yes.
Hundreds of comments.
Yes.
Hundreds of love. I
Yes.
was like, you know what? I give up. The kids got it. So I appreciate all the love. It's so much fun. Especially being on stage. I've never been on that stage before.
Yes.
So even Mason was on the stage helping Jade. So she had a great time. She rocked it. You were doing electric slide with your sister-in-law and her sisters. That was captured on video. And your classmate, Angie, thank you, Angie Brown. Yeah. And my friend Vichel's on stage dancing too. It's
a beautiful thing. I tried to get my boots on the ground. I don't really have it yet, full disclosure. JD was coaching up trying to teach us to dance. But, yeah, I think it was surprising. She rocked the crowd with old school music. She started with Rock Creek Park, as you might know it, Wine Dance Park, as we called it. And shout out to JD's coach, DJ Bilal.
Yes.
DJing aside, the video that he caught on the stage, the reaction to people dancing, and then people rushing the stage to hug her afterwards, you can't explain that. And that video that he posted, which I shared, had thousands of views in the first couple of days. So it's hard to balance some of the comments that it wasn't a great Wine Dance Day against what we experienced. Fast forward to today, if you go to the Wine Dance Family Day page, big shout out to Lycam. He does the video for Wine Dance Day every day. Mm-hmm. He captured the full experience from the parade to all of the performers. There's a 1-second clip where you see me doing what I do, trying to get my boots on the ground. But he really summarized the day. So let's give honor and respect to people that didn't have a good time. Some of the people that posted that, people that are near and dear to me that I love very much. Having a good time or not is a choice and it's perspective. I don't take away from your perspective. Whatever you were looking for that you didn't have, offline we were talking about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So if I invite you to my house for Thanksgiving and you don't like the spread, you don't like, the funniest video I saw in the world, Ricky Smiley was talking about we do too much. We as a people do too much on Thanksgiving. Yeah. And he compared us to our fellow Americans, turkey, salad, potato salad, this, that. And we have 4 varieties of turkey, 4 types of chicken, 4 types of this, 4 types of that. But let's come back to Wine Dance Day.
Fried jerk turkey.
All of that. All of that.
Mango habanero turkey. Sorry, you got me thinking about the turkey.
Thinking about the spread. Candy yams, pickled yams. No, not pickled yams. But I challenge everybody. If there's something that you want to see at Wine Dance Day that you didn't see this past Saturday, whether you didn't make it over to the bouncy houses, you didn't see that aspect. Whether you didn't make it to the basketball court, you didn't see that aspect. Whatever you think should be there, I invite you to do it. Now, yes. I was on the committee. I served from 2014, 2018. I think I exited in 2019. And whatever dreams I had of Wine Dance Day from my childhood, what I wanted to recreate for kids, I did it already. It culminated in 2018, standing on stage, Rakim, Yo-Yo, Chill, Nice and Smooth was there. So many legendary rappers on stage. Big shout out to P.I. for bringing Yo-Yo.
Nice.
Rest in peace, shout out to Alvin Tony. We don't
yes.
have Rakim on stage without Alvin Tony's help. That's something he and I worked on behind the scenes. Jazz, everybody, 3 years to get that done. And shout out to everybody that helped us fund and build the signs to honor rightfully Rakim and Chill that will permanently stay in Wine Dance forever. When that was done, once those 2 signs were up in Wine Dance Day, that was it. That's my Hall of Fame moment as a Wine Dance citizen. As a Wine Dance citizen, I did all I could do to honor and show love to everybody that deserves it. But my view of Wine Dance is not everybody's view.
Yep.
If there's something that's missing, if we're failing to acknowledge people that are in the grind of helping the community day in and day out, not on one day, but the other 364 days, our family has spent the yard. Shout out to Boo, shout out to Kamel, shout out to Renita. That's really in the heart of the matter every day, dealing with people with real issues. Shout out to Leah Dockery and her son who got acknowledged major award. I apologize, I was not in the park last night. But if there's more that needs to be done to honor those people that are in the trenches, then let's do that. If there's a flavor to the soup that was missing from 2025, please bring the salt and pepper shaker. Let's put that in 2026.
Yes.
Let's stay together, because another aspect we didn't touch on yet is the vendor aspect of it.
Yes.
How cool is it to see vendors out there in the community able to make money with the products and businesses that they're probably doing from home right now?
I'm very proud to have that opportunity, and I'm very proud of Wine Dance Day. That it's one of the only towns where you could be a vendor and you don't have to live in the town.
Right.
You could be a vendor at Wine Dance Day in front of 2,000 to 5,000 people. There's no other town where they offer that to you as a business owner. So embrace Wine Dance Day. We could be streaming it next year. There's like new things that we could be doing. Now, streaming gives you the opportunity to narrate your own life. If you started from the mud, tell that story through streaming. You're going to get paid just because you're streaming, and then people might like the story. They might help out. So again, we're super proud of Wine Dance Day because it gives business owners the opportunity to be a vendor in front of 2,000 to 5,000 people. The amount of money that's there, we're bigging you up. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing.
And I love what you said about streaming. We're live streaming right now as we speak. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. And the story circulates throughout the world. We can't control the dynamic of who sees it. So everybody else has their own right to tell their own story. We're not elected officials. We're just 2 dudes with a mic in front of us telling our version. But learn to live stream. We'll show you. Tell your story, whatever angle you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to be positive. You could say the facts. If you, from your perspective, as it wasn't what it was, say what you think and bring the energy next year, or join the current committee. Let them know what you would like to do, and just do that. Don't worry about being bogged down in meetings and things you don't want to do. Just bring your favor to the soup. That's what it's all about. If you wanted to taste right, if my potato salad got raisins in it and you don't like that, you bring a bowl of potato salad. Put the paprika in it. Put the other things in it to make your mac and cheese the way you like it. Season your yams the way you like it. This way you'll be sure that you have what you want on that day.
You're free to do so. It's Wine Dance Day. You're free to do so.
Now, a couple of challenges. Wine Dance Day had so many people this year, and one thing I would agree with is that, unfortunately, it shuts down too early.
Yes.
In my childhood, Wine Dance Day would go into the night. I mean, like to 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock.
Wow.
But the 80s was a different time. The late 70s was a different time. As kids, we didn't have the level of concerns that we have in the community right now of high-level violence that goes wrong. We were happy that there was music. We were happy there were DJs. Young age, we're happy there's boys and girls from other towns. Maybe you'll meet somebody, pre-cell phone. Maybe you'll get a name. Maybe you'll get a number. Whatever it is, maybe you'll have a story to tell when you go back to school Monday morning. Today, people aren't as comfortable entertaining the youth.
Yes.
So I challenge anyone who is comfortable entertaining the youth to host a function the night of Wine Dance Day that kids can come to.
Yes.
If that's your lane, do that. do that, because maybe that's not within the scope of the Wine Inch Family Day Committee. When I was a part of it, that was not my lane. I am good with kids for about 2 hours. I can coach basketball. I can run a church program for 2 hours. As long as we're on agenda, Kev is good. As soon as the horseplay starts, Kev is out. I don't do horseplay well with kids. Shout out to all the teachers, all the coaches that are good at bringing the kids in, that can have good eye-to-eye conversations with the young men and the young women that are going through hard times. God bless you. Not my skill set, but if that's your skill set, bring that strength. Bring the chessboards. Bring the Uno cards. Bring the checkers. Bring the jacks. If you felt there should be a double Dutch contest, bring the rope.
Yes.
Bring the rope. Whatever you want to be there. I'm not on the committee, but the committee would welcome your input. If you say it's not so, talk to me. I would love to help from a distance. Kevin's laid back. Kevin's out of it now, but the success of Wine Dance Day is very important to me. Shout out to the people on Parkway Boulevard. Some of the spillover from Wine Dance Day, some of the things that took place after the hours shouldn't take place. Some vendors that didn't sign up in time to get to Wine Dance Day, they just set up camp and began selling their food on Wine Dance Day. I understand. I didn't witness it. I understand that a DJ popped up, no permits for a block party,
wow.
And one of the parties ended poorly. So I'm definitely speaking on behalf of a phone call that I received. Those are things that that's not a part of the committee's responsibility, but the community, Parkway Boulevard, Homeowners Association, future block captains, that's something that you can and should have a conversation with the executives, all of the elected officials. Good turnout by the police officers that were there.
Yes.
But let's plan in advance to regulate, keep Parkway Boulevard clean, keep it safe. If it's not an approved block party, let's get everybody home. But whoever has the heart for the kids, that has more tolerance for the horseplay than Kevin, do that. Do what you can to help. Wherever you see it, wherever your hands see fit, do that, and let's let it turn out to be better for everybody going forward. Let's let it turn out to be better for everybody else going forward.
Yeah.
But quick pivot. Last night, first round of the NBA draft. Should we start the NBA draft, or do we want to shout out OKC and congratulate them on the chip?
I shout out OKC first because I want to get to the draft. I got something to say, but shout out to OKC. I was rooting for Halliburton.
Okay, you were rooting for Halliburton.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people in New York gonna struggle with that. You're not gonna get no likes on that comment.
Yeah.
A lot of people in New York felt like, as Knicks fans, if you love the Knicks, you have to hate Indiana. I didn't feel like that, but tell me how you feel.
I think my theory is, because I was rooting for the Knicks.
Okay.
If Halliburton wins the championship, then we lost to the champions.
Okay.
But if
OKC?
if OKC wins, then we're like the third, fourth. You gotta think about if the Halliburton wins, we lost to the champions.
Okay, and we're second. We're
Yes.
second back. Okay.
Yeah.
I see your logic. I was rooting for 7 games, right?
Yes.
I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm also a basketball fan. And I love 7-game series. I hate when the NBA season ends. And shout out to Indiana and OKC. They gave us all we had. Halliburton started off the game strong. I think he had 3 threes in the first 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then that dreaded moment. No contact injuries are the worst. He
Yep.
goes to the ground, and literally, if you didn't see it, he's banging the floor. He's in tears pouring out on the floor because he knew he popped his Achilles. He knew he couldn't go again.
Yes. You know what I noticed? Kendrick Perkins, I don't know if you've seen it. Kendrick Perkins said, if you have a calf strain, don't play.
Okay.
So they told Halliburton he had a calf strain, and they said, are you going to play? He said, it's basketball. I'm definitely going to play.
Right.
Kendrick Perkins said, don't play.
Right.
He said, this happened to Kevin Durant. This happened to me. He told him not to play. He played.
Right. And so let's play that out. Let's play Monday morning quarterback. If he only has a calf strain and he doesn't play in Game 7, what do people say about Halliburton?
Selfish. He's only thinking about himself and his money.
Right. And now that he did play, and he's probably going to miss a year with an Achilles, and he's going to do some horrible rehab to get back to the game. I'm thinking of Kobe, rest in peace, of how he felt. He's done videos of a rehab, like really just learning how to strengthen his tendon and walk again. He's losing a year out of his life.
Yes.
So what is the right thing to do? Please yourself or please the public? I don't know. I don't think wild horses could have stopped him from trying.
Yes.
Because he was in good enough shape to play 7 minutes and hit 3 threes. If he can get to 20 or 30 minutes, he gets 20 or 30 points. Maybe the outcome is different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is both teams were deep.
Yes.
They played hard. Indiana hung in there. I think it was a 1 or 2 point game at halftime. And in the second half, OKC just leveled up. They ran them off the court. Not really a close game at the end, but shout out to OKC. First championship in franchise history.
Yes.
Indiana, Reggie Miller, Halliburton, D-Matt, they like to show the choke sign. Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing now? We showing the choke sign? Indiana, good luck in the future. But here's the positive. This is me, silver lining. The East is wide open for the Knicks right now.
Yes.
The East is wide open. There is no favorite in the East. Halliburton is gone for a year. Boston is trading away the squad. They trade away Drew Holiday. I just heard that Porzingis got traded, and they're listening to conversations about Jaylen Brown. So it sounds like they're bowing out.
Nah, there's a team out there.
There's a team out there.
There's a team out there in the East. It's the Sixers. They just got Edgecombe.
Okay. You know I'm going to come back to blue and orange, but let's talk about BJ Edgecombe, third pick NBA draft, highest player ever drafted from Long Island. Big shout out, BJ Edgecombe. Let's go, VJ, Long Island.
Turn up, do your thing.
I'm listening to the radio this morning. He shouted out your teammate that we've shouted out on this before.
Yep.
They were asking him, who does he model his game after? He's like, D. Wade, I have that kind of athleticism, but I wasn't a shooter. And they said, well, you shot very well in college. Who fixed your shot? They shout out your guy, Tex.
Coach Tex. His mama called him Jarrell. I call him Jarrell. Jarrell Harris. But Coach Tex, my boy. Let's get it.
BJ Edgecombe gave you credit on NBA radio this morning, fixing the mechanics in the shot. I don't know how to do it. I've taught a lot of kids how to shoot, but I can't shoot at all. I can't shoot at all. But shout out to Coach Tex, helping VJ with his shot. Third pick in the draft. I'll make you laugh. 2 years ago, I tried to get to 4 or 5 high school games a year. I think in 23, I only saw one game. That game had at least 3 and possibly 4 lottery picks in that game.
Wow. Who
and
were
that
they?
was when number 1 pick,
Cooper Flagg, his team, Mount Bird, came here to Hofstra. They played against Lehigh. Nice.
So in that game, BJ is the main player on Lehigh.
Yep.
Carmelo Anthony's son, he's on that team, but he's only a junior, so he comes off the bench.
Yep.
But on the Mount Bird team, you have the number 1 draft pick, Cooper Flagg, and he killed. He looked like the number 1 draft pick in that game. Cooper Flagg is 6'9". Now watch what I'm going to say. His big man on that team was Derek Queen, played at Maryland.
Oh.
He was picked 3rd. And they had another killer on the team. I'm not sure. Somebody roster check for me. I'm not sure if the other player, Kanupa, I'm not sure if he was on that Mount Bird team too. If so, that was 4 lottery picks. Number 1, number 7, and number 13 that was in that one game. Lehigh, I hate to say it, but it wasn't a game. I went there with Kev, my firstborn. We left in the 3rd quarter because they was up 20 with no hope in sight. They were going to come back. A lot of high D1 picks. 4, definitely 3, potentially 4 lottery picks in that game. So thank you, Coach Buck. Thank you, Lehigh, for bringing that home. If that's the only game I saw that year, it was a good one. It was worth the price of admission.
Who was the best player in that game?
By far, it was Cooper Flagg.
Flagg.
It was no debate. It was no hype. As a basketball fan, maybe a fanatic, I read about these kids at a young age.
Yes.
I always reserve judgment until I see them live, and Cooper Flagg is like that.
Yeah, stamp it. He's going on the Mavericks next year.
Ooh.
I pledge allegiance to the Flagg.
To the Flagg
He's
of the
turning up.
Dallas Mavericks.
Best player next year, rookie of the year. I'm a fan of Edgecombe, though.
You feeling Edgecombe?
I like Edgecombe. He's developing. And Coach Tex, that's my boy. Look out for him on Instagram. Coach Tex, he's still at Lehigh. He's developing kids. He just had an event, workout with Cayenne Anthony.
Okay.
So if you wanted to work on your game and your shot and your handle, you could do that with Cayenne Anthony. He threw that event, and he's looking to help everybody. He wants to teach everybody how to shoot, everyone how to dribble. So Coach Tex on Instagram, Coach TEX, because he's from Texas.
Okay.
Met Edgecombe down when he was at Baylor.
Okay.
And they've been locked in ever since. So I'm excited to see that synergy and them coexisting together and how that works out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So parents, big men out there, don't think just because your son is tall, he could jump, that it's enough. Get him with the best coach, the best trainer you possibly can. This game is more competitive than you can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's just like business. It's always about the reps. Business people, you talked about the vendors that was out there on Wine Dance Day. Let's shout out Tanya Crawford. First, let's wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Woo, woo.
Love you, Miss Tanya. Happy birthday. Enjoy.
Happy birthday. Gonna see her grandson, Malaysia, off tonight before he goes to the prom. Shout out to Baldwin High. Gonna see that fresh gear before they go and kick it out tonight. But Tanya, on your birthday, we're going to plug your small business and AI Expo that you have coming up Monday, October 13th at the Bisou Experience. Vendors, small business owners, doing your thing on Long Island in the boroughs. You're doing an amazing business from home. You want to bring it to the spotlight. You want to get that content. You want to make some money. Follow Tanya, Tanya, Tanya Crawford, or An Affair with Flair online. Click on the link. Let's put the link below where you can click to sign up to be a vendor. It's only about 30 or 35 vendor spots. I think a bunch of them are gone. Jump on that right away.
Yes.
Early signups will be a guest on this podcast in the next few weeks. So if you want to do it, you want to be in conversations about your business, you want some exposure for your business, that's the next big thing. We got a couple others coming up. Big shout out to Felicia Moss. Ujama Fest that's coming up. Wine Dance Village Apartments, that's always a slam dunk in September. But lock your space in. Don't be like the people that didn't sign up for Wine Dance Day on time and found themselves on the outside setup in the street. Farmingdale, North Amityville, they're not having it. Get inside the door. Do it right. Make your money. We're going to talk about that a lot. There's a lot of goodness that's coming up. Don't wait. Don't delay. Sign up sign up today. Let's put a link below so people can see it.
And you said small business and AI.
Small business and AI. Yeah. So small businesses, if you're out there, you're doing your business at home, you want to come to some workshops to learn. Tanya asked a powerful question. I have my LLC. Now what? That's the question. That's the question. Crickets. Talk to me in the comments if you're there. You have your small business. Now what? It's good to post about your business, but if you want to accelerate your business, get in the AI game.
Yes.
If you're watching this trending topics, I want you to pay attention. Right now, I'm personally working with two small business owners. One of them is recording this podcast. There's Bernardino Rosario. Online is Bernardino TV. Watch what we're getting ready to do. And DJ Bilal Miller, we're getting ready to take their businesses to the next level, helping them bring online academies where they're teaching online. And if you have this type of vision for yourself, sign up for the Expo. It'll be my first time, I think, that I'm on stage at home talking about AI. You've been with me. I've done it around the country. I put it in books. I put it everywhere. But now I'm really going to inject that flavor into small businesses right here on Long Island that want to level up, that need to be in the room, that want to network with other people that's really taking it to the next level. Come on in. I'm proud to be a sponsor of this event, and I hope to see you and you and you in the building, showcasing your products, your services, and giving the people what they want.
It's time.
I love it. And you've been on this for me for a while. everything we've done on the road, whether that's Atlanta, Vegas, or Texas, same thing you did with Wine Ash Day, that we can do this at home. Why not?
Yes.
Why not? Why not? So if you agree with Dom, you think we can do this home, come out October 13th, fill the arena. It's going to be a treat. The Bisou experience, there is no higher level luxury event space that we can be doing this at. So come on out, check it out. If you're a vendor, sign up. If you're a business owner, you just want to learn a little bit more. I had a chance 2 nights ago to speak at the Long Island African American Chamber of Commerce. Ooh. I plugged it there. They want to know, at the end of that event, completely to my surprise, didn't know Newsday was in the room. They interviewed me about it. Everybody wants to talk about AI. You can't post enough about it. You can't comment enough. Sometimes you have to be in the room to listen to someone. You have to network with a few other people and then get on your own path so you can figure it out and grow your business. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Closing comments, closing thoughts.
For me, being a millionaire is an old school mindset.
Okay.
Becoming a millionaire is like riding a horse. It's time to become a billionaire.
Ooh.
We have the tools and opportunity. So you should have had your millionaire idea about 5 years ago.
Wow.
When with the pink sauce lady and all of those people, we laughed at them. But where was your idea? 5 years later, it's time to become a billionaire. If you have your $1 million idea, that means you make $100K in 1 year. In 10 years, that turns out to be 1 million, 100K times 10. But we have to shake hands with other millionaire mindsets to get that 100 million over your legacy, but shake hands with another $100 million heir and another one and another one. And when you come together, that adds up to $1 billion after investments and stocks and all that Jimmy Jazz. But millionaire, that's old school. Let's go for the billions. I don't want to hear it anymore.
A milli, a milli, a milli, a billy, a billy, a billy, a billy.
A billy.
Hey, we talking big numbers. It's just a number.
Yep.
There's 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Why not? Somebody's going to do it. Why not you? Why not here? Why not now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have nothing to add to it, nothing to take away from it.
That's what they said. The difference between a C and a B and a B and an A, maybe a C and a B is just trying, but a B and an A may be studying how to sleep, studying how to eat, studying your craft. Figure it out.
Let's go. That's our trending topics for this week. Talk to us in the comments. What do you want us to talk about when we do this again in 2 weeks? Peace out.
Peace. Love y'all.
Love y'all.